Hello, my name is Dana Huff, and this tutorial explains how to make a simple podcast recording using Audacity. After you've connected to your microphone, you need to open the Audacity software. You can see it looks like a recording studio. The buttons are fairly intuitive to use, especially if you've ever had a cassette player. You'll recognize some of the symbols. This button right here pauses the playback or recording. This button plays the recording. This button stops the recording or playback. These two buttons rewind and fast forward the track, and none of these buttons will do anything until you have a recording, which is where this button comes in. If you want to record, you simply need to press this button and speak into the microphone. Be careful not to put the microphone too close to your mouth, or your listeners will hear a popping sound with your P's and B's. When you're ready to stop recording, simply press the stop button. You can try listening to the track again. Press this button and speak into the microphone. Be careful not to put the microphone too close to your mouth, or your listeners will hear a popping sound with your P's and B's. When you're ready to stop recording, simply press the stop. Now you can see that recording is very easy, but let's say I want to edit this piece because I started in the middle of a sentence and I stopped in the middle of a sentence, and I want to get rid of those extra bits of information and just leave the warning about P's and B's. It's very easy to edit using Audacity. You simply select the portion that you want to delete and hit the delete key or the backspace key, and it's gone. And you can try listening to it to see how it sounds. Be careful not to put the microphone too close to your mouth, or your listeners will hear a... Let's say I deleted too much and I need to get that piece of the recording back. I can easily undo the delete by going up to Edit and Undo Delete, and you can see now it's back. Audacity allows you to undo actions very easily. After I have selected the portion I want to delete, I can also go into Edit and select either Cut or Delete as another way to get rid of it if I want to. I'm going to select Cut. You can take the cut then, if you want to, and paste it onto the end of the recording. And that's also very easy to do. But I decided I don't want to use it, so I'm just going to get rid of it. Now let's say that you want to cut out something in the middle. That's also easy to do. You just select the piece in the middle and delete it, and it's gone. Okay, now let's play it to see what it sounds like from the beginning. Be careful not to put the microphone too close to your mouth, or your listeners will hear a popping sound with your P's and B's. When you're ready to stop recording, simply press the stop. And I'm just going to get rid of this end piece as well. Okay, now we have a short piece of audio to work with. Let's say that I wanted to put on some special effects. I could go into Effect, and I could select any of these effects. I'm going to choose Echo. You can change the delay time and decay factor if you want to. I'm going to leave it the way it is to see what it sounds like. You can press OK. Let's see what it sounds like. Be careful not to put the microphone too close to your mouth, or your listeners will hear a popping sound with your P's and B's. And of course you can easily undo the echo effect. Let's say you wanted to add some background music to your podcast. For the purposes of this demonstration, I'm going to work with some audio I've already recorded. It's a book recommendation podcast I made some time ago. So I'm going to get rid of this audio track by pressing that X. Go to File, Import, Audio. Okay, it'll take a second to import that MP3 into the program. And now there it is, you can see it. And I want to add my background music. So of course you want to use audio that is either in the public domain or is licensed under Creative Commons. And the track I'm going to use is by Tony Cuff, Stuart Eidman, and Derek Coy. It's licensed under a Creative Commons Attribution Share Alike license, and I found it at the Internet Archive. Once again, importing is easy. I just go to File, Import, Audio, and I need to locate the file on my computer, so I'm going to go back to the folder I was in. Here it is. There, now you can see it underneath the podcast that I just imported. Okay, the first thing that you'll notice when I play these together is that my vocal track can't be heard over the music. Hello everyone, and welcome to Mrs. Huff's Book Talk podcast. That's not going to work. So what we can do is adjust the audio on each track by using adjusting the volume up and down, and it's this lever right here. So I'm going to turn the music way down, and I'm going to turn my vocal up a little bit, and I'm going to go back and try and play it again. Let's see what it sounds like. Hello everyone, and welcome to Mrs. Huff's Book Talk podcast. That's much better. I can adjust the audio on each track by moving the volume level up and down, and now the book review has the music track in the background. But what if I want the music to gradually diminish to silence so that it serves more as an introduction? Audacity makes that easy too. It's called the envelope tool, and it's this button right here. Now you notice that this part of the podcast, this part of the audio is outlined in yellow, so you want to make sure that it's outlined in yellow if you're trying to edit a different track. Otherwise it will edit the wrong track. So this one's outlined in yellow. I'm going to click the envelope tool, and the way it works is you simply click where you want it to start diminishing, and you can see it takes a little bit of finessing, but you can draw out the diminishment like that. Let's see what that sounds like. Hello everyone, and welcome to Mrs. Huff's Book Talk podcast. I have been enjoying doing the weekly book talks in class, but it struck me this week that it might be better for you all to listen to them when you are at home, and that way you can learn more about the books you're interested in than I really have time to share in class. Plus you will be able to link to resources to purchase the books or learn more about them. So I decided to create a regular podcast about books you might be interested in. I can't promise lots of bells and whistles at first because I'm still learning my way around digital audio. So you see how it definitely diminished the music track after a moment, and you can play with the diminishment if you want to, and again, just like everything else, it's very easy to undo. Essentially, each time you click using the envelope tool, you are entering control points that enable you to shape that funnel looking sort of audio track that you saw. So what we're going to do next is export this file so that it can be played on a variety of systems. So you just go to File, Export, and you can see the title Bookcast 1 is fine with me. Format MP3 files is already selected, but you could also save it in a variety of other formats. I'm going to recommend MP3 files because that one can be played in a variety of systems and it can be streamed online too. Then you simply click Save and OK, and it's going to mix the file. It'll just take a few minutes to do that. And after you have done creating the MP3, you can upload it to the internet, or you can stream it, or you can share it with friends, whichever way you like. You can import it into your iTunes, however you want to do that. That's how you create a simple podcast using Audacity.